Shout out to US ARC and all US ARC members. If you don't know what US ARC is, don't be ashamed. Just go ahead and click the third link in the description below. See what US ARC is all about, okay? You never know when legislations are going to hit your backyard, so that's why it's very important to consider becoming a US ARC member today. These numbers really do matter, and they look at it for consideration when it comes to battling legislation. So first and foremost, thank you, Phil Goss. Thank you to anybody out there who partners up and volunteers with US ARC organization. Thank you for anyone out there who's a US ARC member. And if you can't become a US ARC member today, please talk about it on your platforms. Let your neighbors know, let all your pet stores know what US ARC is here for, and it's here to fight for our animal rights. Thank you to every US ARC member and US ARC supporter out there.
T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Trap Talk Reptile Network, the coolest reptile network in the world. Episode 662, the return of my man, Jaffy. New Bread on the Block, Jaffy Exotics, round 2. I'm your boy, MJ. Get the likes up. Please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, select all. You'll be reminded of every single podcast 7 days a week. Big E, Top G, Villarino Reptiles in the building. What's good?
What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing?
Okay, I'm a little thrown off a little bit. And I'm not saying I don't like what I'm seeing, but I feel like you got a new hairstyle and a new facial feature thing going on. I see a new Big E here. What's going on?
I've never had a goatee, bro, but I'm growing my beard back as quickly as possible. Did
you regret it the day you did it, or what? Were you like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's all good, bro. You got to try new things sometimes, but whatever.
I mean, it's not like it's not going to grow back quick.
Yeah, it's growing super fast, bro.
No, because you looked a lot different even the day you shaved it. Like, having no hair there, like, you looked intimidating. You look like super bicep, bro. Like, you look like...
yeah, man. We're all big family in the Hispanic community.
Oh, for sure. I loved it. It looked like what Big E would be like fresh off the boat.
Yeah, I've been called Puerto Rican, Mexican.
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
What does that say?
I mean, she said it was cool, but she prefers a beard. Yeah. Yeah.
Damn, dude. I've been kind of like pondering shaving my face, but I do look a lot younger with no hair on my face. I just can't do it. Gotta have hair on my face. I don't know what it is. You know,
I don't know. I just like it. Bro, I had to shave every other day for 15 years. And my employer, so
because they didn't allow you to have facial hair
till they changed it at the end. And yeah, bro. So I've been rocking the beard for freaking, I'd say 6 years straight. Yeah. So I just did something different. You know, it is what it is.
Hey, before we move forward, I want to give my condolences and my thoughts, prayers to Vin Russo and his apprentice Kenny from Island Morelia. One of the biggest things we fear as reptile keepers, nightmares, okay, is walking into our facility and it's caught on fire or it's blowing down in flames. Well, that happened to Vin Russo. Out of all fucking people, I don't wish that on anybody. Nobody deserves to go through such a horrible thing. You know what I mean? Like you don't even understand. Well, I'm sure you guys do, but I'm just saying, like, just the thought process behind everything is just, I'm almost out of words, but I do want to give everyone a heads up that Friday we're organizing a fundraiser for Vin. So if you're not doing anything Friday, please set your reminder or set your calendar for this Friday on Dave Levison's episode. We're going to be doing an appreciation episode to Vin and going to be auctioning and donating some stuff off that you guys could help out with. If you want to help Vin, his insurance is not helping him at all right now. So the guy's really fucking up a bunch of uphill battles on top of losing probably the most historical animals this hobby really has. If you really think about it, if you guys don't know who Vin Russo is, look up the More Complete Boa Constrictor book. He wrote that book. Okay. So Vin, we're all thinking about you, buddy. And one beautiful thing about this hobby, which you and I know very well, Emilio, how many people come together when things like this happen. So I'm really hoping to see a lot of people there Friday, you know, but yeah, what a fucking terrible thing.
Yeah, earth shattering. Like you said, I wouldn't wish it on our worst. I mean, anyone I don't like, my worst enemy.
No,
someone that I look up to, like Ben Russo, man, that it hurts.
Yeah, man. And of course, like, you know, I know Vin, he's a friend of mine. And we all know why we're here. We're here for the animals. Like, dude, come on, those are down. Think about it, bro. You know, going on 40 years.
It's
your life, you know, all your hard work in flames, bro.
It's very difficult for some of the newer people in the game to understand.
Yeah.
I know for a fact I understand, you understand. I've put so much work in it's part of my life's work, you know. Man, I can't imagine how that man feels right now. I feel it. I feel terrible tonight.
Yeah. So anyways, guys, if you want to just give some thoughts and prayers to Vin, I mean, don't reach out to him, please, guys. I mean, I've obviously gotten clearance from him to give you guys a little bit of a heads up, and I obviously want Friday to be as big as possible for him. So going to be promoting this all week. Okay. Friday, the appreciation episode of Vin Russo. Set the reminder. All right. I'm glad I got that out of the way for tonight, because that's really heavy to talk about. But dude, Jaffy, my man, Jaffy, one of my favorite Canadian, dude. I got to tell you, ever since I met Jaffy, I'm like, what a fucking nice guy. Just very heartfelt. I gotta say, Jaffy's one of the people who will just randomly reach out to me and call me and tell me how much he enjoys seeing my family and me grow. Obviously, Jaffy has followed me before I even had any kids or anything like that. So really fucking awesome guy. Somebody I always hope is a part of this for forever, because he's that amazing of a guy. But what do you've never had Jaffy on the show? When I had him on the show, you weren't a part of it yet, right? So this is a fresh.
We did a reunion.
Oh yeah,
one time.
Yes.
But Jaffy, we always talk in the background. He's one of the most positive guys in the game. He's just great. Yeah. What else can you say? You know.
And, you know, he has his hands deep in both communities, like the Chondro community and the ball python community. And he's a great positive influence in both communities, you know, like you said, behind the scenes, he talks to a lot of people, you know. The guy likes to gain a lot of information. He's really about the animals. And so I'm excited to hear what he thinks of the current situation of the ball python market, but also how he thinks how the amount of people are switching from ball pythons to not even chondros. I know I like to highlight chondros, but even look at you, man. Like, you got Drimacons in the mix now, which I always felt like that was a sought after thing for you. Like you always kind of wanted that other species at some point, right?
Yeah. I fell in love with these. I'm gonna build an extra part of my business, and I'm gonna push that market. I feel like I'll push it high. But I just love the animals at the end of the day. I'm like a little kid again. So hopefully the people that are getting into other species, it's because they're really into it, and they just not, you know, that's something we should talk about tonight. Like people see ball pythons, the saturation, and they're like, okay, I'm going to go to this, I'm going to go to that, and I'm going to offset sales for this. And I don't know if that's going to work if you're not really into the said species. So we'll talk about that tonight.
Yeah, we'll definitely get down to business. And again, just remind you guys, Trap Talk, Reptile Network, 7 days a week, brand new episodes from this network. You can also listen to all these episodes on all major audio platforms. You're not a YouTube person, more of the audio type of person. So wherever your favorite audio platform is, you can hear one of these new episodes. So thank you for all the love and support. If you're looking for exclusive content, you want to get more out of what you see out of each episode, come join the Trap Talk Patreon family, especially if you want to get on my wait list for all my chondros that I'm producing, calico designer stuff, pure BX stuff, and I also have some amazing outcross locality and designer stuff. So come check it all out, man. My Patreon members get first dibs and first heads up on everything. Very, very transparent with all my trappers. So connect with the Discord when you join, and also connect with the awesome Instagram group chat. Trappers, you guys are my heart. Appreciate everyone in the chats. Love all you guys. Tonight's episode is brought to you by GS Reptiles, Gary Scavino. Shout out to Gary. Just got off the phone with him earlier today. He did inform me that a new video is coming. That's right. And if you have not watched any of this man's YouTube video, I'm putting you on game right now. GS Reptiles on YouTube. And if you are coming into the chondro game, the Emerald Tree Boa game, carpet game, whatever, anything arboreal, follow this guy's work. He will put you on. I'm telling you, man. He makes everything just look as easy as it is without overthinking anything. He's the way to go. Thank you so much, Gary GS Reptiles. Also follow him on Instagram. Also, tonight's episode is brought to you by Brian Susan over at Sundown Reptiles. If you're looking to get into the tree monitor game, kahuas, geckos, abronia, can't look any further than Sundown Reptiles. True captive bred animals that are on the high-end level for sure. And if you go to sundownreptiles.com, you can see all his projects, see all his availability, and I also highly recommend you checking them out on Instagram. Thank you so much, Brian Susan from Sundown Reptiles. Also, shout out to Prague Morphs over in Prague, my favorite European couple, killing it in the ball python game. If you are a fan of the hypo clown combo stuff like myself, then make sure you head over to Prague Morphs on Instagram and follow them on YouTube, and just simply head over to their website, progmorphs.com. Find all the links in the description below. And last but not least, shout out to Clutch, #1 ball python organization app in the game. If you're just coming in the game, all right, separate yourself from looking lazy and look organized, look cutting edge. Clutch, killing it. Thank you so much, Sebastian, the entire Clutch team. Looking forward to seeing what's to come with Clutch and big things popping. That's for sure. Biggie, you ready to bring Jaffy on or what? I'm excited. I'm really happy we got the round 2 with Jaffy right now.
Oh yeah, let's do this.
All right, man. Appreciate everyone in the chats. You think tonight's episode's worth of any super chat? Drop that right now because I'm donating to Vin Russo. Believe it. All right, do what you gotta do to get your mind right. Do what you gotta do to get hydrated. Episode 662. This is round 2. Jaffy Exotics, new breed on the block coming at you right now. Let's go. Choo!
Good.
You ready for do more in the future? Trap Talk podcasts?
Yes.
Man.
Only Trap Talk. Exclusive.
Yes,
Tell me.
Exclusive. Oh.
So stop calling us.
Rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the crop, God love it or not. I'm hot from the hop to the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with everybody, we do it. Everybody, we do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up, rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up, rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up, rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up.
And we're live. My man, Jaffy, welcome back in the building.
What up? What up? What up?
Yo, yo, yo.
How's
Hello,
it
Jaff. Hey, don't act like it's your first time here. Come on now.
going? I know. It's crazy. You know, I feel like even though you're like we always go on podcasts and stuff, the first like 5 minutes you kind of like, yeah, hello.
Yeah.
As time goes on, you're like, okay, what up? You know. But first off, I want to say, man, that Vin shit, man. I want to send my thoughts and prayers to Vin Russo.
Definitely,
You know,
man.
people don't know that's the OG. That's the OG of Ultramel. People don't know that.
Yeah, true.
That's the he's
and
the one.
Blue Eye Lucy's.
Yeah. And the blood. I think Blood Bowl was. I think the Blood Bowl.
Blood Bow is, yep.
Yeah. So he's the.
He's done everything. He's done everything.
Yeah. Chondros, everything. That's
Yeah.
the OG in the game. But
Yeah, and it's crazy. Like, you think somebody that, long in the game, like that would never happen to someone like that. Like, come
Yeah.
on, been around for, almost 40 years. But, dude, no, man.
Mhm.
Like, God damn, fuck the heat tape, bro. The heat tape again. Like,
Yeah.
Obviously there was some sort of malfunction within the heat tape turning on, but it's just crazy how if all that heat tape is full blast, it will eventually melt and then turn into a fire. Like that heat tape will, if it's so hot and it's touching stuff, it lights stuff on fire, which is fucking
100%.
so scary to me, dude. Like, god damn. Fuck.
It happened to me once. I was I came into my crib and I went to the room and I checked them out. And then for some reason, like I noticed, I don't know. For me, I don't want to say like I have a spidey sense or anything, but like I just felt something off. So I was looking, opening tubs, and then the first sign you can tell is when a snake is all the way in the front. It's like basically squished to the front.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, this is weird. So I opened it up, and then you know how you have the heat tape, and then you have the probe right on top of the heat tape.
Yeah.
The heat tape was flat, but then the probe was hovering over it. So it was just cranking because I guess the tape that I had securing it, you know, at some point got unsticky. So from then on, every like couple weeks or so, I just go in, check, make sure they're looking good and everything. But you know, it can happen to anyone, especially when you have numbers like Vin does. It's hard to keep up on all the heat tape. Yeah,
and I'll also say, just for an awareness, it happened to me when I moved into this house 2 years ago. I talked about it. I have a rack that has slots for 50, you know, I guess depending on the size snakes, but anywhere from my breeder males to subadult females are in this rack of 50. And when I came in here, I ended up plugging in some thermostat I normally didn't have plugged into this rack, and it fucking lit the whole rack up to like 160, bro. And luckily I was home, but it was like you said, I had some sort of spidey sense to like come in, and then I could just feel like I could feel the heat. I could be like, I was like, dude, what is that? And then I looked in, and it was like you said, I saw snakes like all pushed up to the front. I saw the whole top row died. I think I lost 5 snakes. Yeah. Could have been everything. Could have been fucking all 50, you know, or it could have been my whole building, bro. That's why it's like, this is like the biggest fucking fear. Like you just never, like, it could take one little mistake, dude. So yeah, I mean, like I said, we just got to keep on being, you know, we got to be on top of it. As reptile keepers, we're not only checking for poop, you know, water and stuff. We got to check for stuff that you don't really think about, like the heat tape, you know, probes, thermostat, to make sure they're on, because there's times where, you know, you thought the thermostat was on, it's not even on. So and I'm not saying this is a diss for Vin for having a facility like, I don't know, I think it's 20 minutes from his house, but I'll never fucking, like, my shit will always be on my property, bro. Yeah, like, just because there's been times I've rolled out of bed for no reason, just let me come in here, and some shit was going down. Like, I have stopped a lot of stuff from happening because I was able to come in here right away. Like, a lot, bro, especially when fucking shit would get out back in the day. Like, oh my God. So like, you think you get everything done and you leave, you go all the way home, and anything could fucking happen. Where like, if it's far enough, you can't just go walk back into your room. You got to wait the next day. And then you have to worry about cameras and motion sensors. And dude, no, sorry. I'm like, that's why I'd rather not grow what I have if I can't put stuff in another room. Like the fact that I can't make another facility, I'm not going to have all this shit. I'm good. I don't want to have too much stuff I can't really house. And so, and the shit's going to be on my property, bro. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I agree with you. I feel the same way. I'd rather it be. My heart's just heavy though, you know, just because it's like, he was just on Trap Talk the day before it fucking happened. Like literally the morning before all this went down, he was on Trap Talk with Dave Levison and Warren Booth. Legendary. It's crazy.
Yeah, man. I wonder, and correct me if you guys have talked about this in the past, and just this comes up because of what happened. We don't know what happened. We don't know why it happened. We don't know anything. But man, like in these big facilities or even in ours, let's say we have a bunch of heat tape. When should we be replacing that heat tape? Every how many years? I don't know, but I got old heat tape. I'll tell you that much. Let me tell you, maybe that's something we should all like put rules. Like, okay, I need to change this heat tape every 10 years or every 8 years, or I mean, I need to check everything. You know, inspect it every, I don't know, 4 weeks, every 6 weeks. Yeah, especially if you're somebody who has it on 24/7. Like there's people who constantly run heat, like doesn't matter, like especially ball python people, because you can, like, it's preferred to be warmer than colder. They don't really need a drop. So, but like, dude, yeah, man, they don't think about that. Nobody really does. Like, oh, let me go check my heat tape until the shit's melting, you know? Yeah. Now going forward for me, setting up this hatchling room / colubrid room I'm gonna have, I want to run the colubrids a little cooler, right? So I'm going to have my hatchling ball pythons in that room. Now I'm going to have to use heat tape for the first time. I mean, I have a quarantine rack that I use heat tape, but that's one rack. So now I'm going to have a considerable amount of racks using heat tape. I'm going to use at least a temp stick sensor on each rack to have warnings of just in case something goes crazy. I'll get a text message, an email. I mean, you know, I know that won't avoid like some potential huge failure, but it's a big help, you know?
100%. I think even what I did is I was so paranoid. Like you said, Emilio, like I was like, oh, like when should we, you know, because it doesn't really say on the heat tape how long it lasts. So I was thinking like, oh, you know, how long does these, like, you know, I don't think they have an expiration date, but I would like to replace it. So what I ended up doing, instead of running one heat tape all the way through the rack, I ended up splitting so 10 tubs high. I ended up splitting it to 4 sections. That way, it's less power running through the whole thing, and it's just individual. You know, that way from the bottom, it's going to be a little bit cooler, so it cranks a little bit higher. Versus the top, it cranks a little warmer because it's all the way at the top. So I ended up dividing it into 4 sections. That way, it's less load on the actual heat tape itself, and then connecting that into a Herpstat 4 to control all of them. So that way, you know, it's not as much power, but you know, we can only do so much before we go crazy and try to, okay, we got to do this, we got to do this. So that's the thing too. But heat tape, if I'm not mistaken, back in the day, I remember they used to say it should last 20 years. Of course, there's malfunctions and everything, but like Herpstat, I'm pretty sure that lasts a long time.
Well, you know what? The whole thing with Chad's fire was heat tape. It was all because of heat tape, you know?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I don't know, man. This is why, you know, depending where you live, obviously I know there's people out there who live in certain areas where it's like, fuck, you got some serious cold. But if you don't live in the serious cold, maybe you don't have to use as much heat, and maybe consider that. I was definitely somebody not even 2 years ago using way too much heat. And that's why I wasn't having any fucking success breeding anything, because I was overcooking shit, not even intentionally knowing I was doing it. But heat, man, fuck the heat, dude. Fuck, oh, man, it just sucks. Because, you know, when you think about like electrical stuff, like how many things could, like how many electrical accidents could happen? A lot. Like a lot of freak shit. Water gets somewhere, like a snake gets out, and something fucking weird happens. And we talked, you know what's crazy? We just had Abe, okay? Abe was just on the show telling us why he disappeared for fucking almost 2 years because of this fire. And here we go. And it's like, fuck, we were just talking about this. Like,
yeah, I can tell you guys, I'm in a warm climate. During the winter, I was running heat in the whole facility. I didn't need heat tape. I've never needed heat tape. It was a blessing. It was one less thing to worry about. But now I'm going to, you know, I'm going to need it now, and I'm going to learn some things and, you know, come up with some fail-safe ways to protect stuff, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Especially having a constant ambient. If you have a constant ambient, you don't have to battle with, you know, if your room's at 70, your heat tape is going to crank all the way up, especially if you got the Freedom Breeder racks or ARS, because it's open in the back. So now it's catching a breeze or whatever it is, because now it's battling with the air ambient temperature, trying to get that heat tape. So as long as you have things consistent within the room, you should be good, and it shouldn't be. I mean, like I said, with everything, there's always that 1%.
Go ahead, Emilio.
No, yeah, that's what I'm gonna run the room 80 most of the time, 78, 80, and 77 to 80, and then have the heat tape for the balls. You know, ball pythons, they love it hot, so there's no way around that.
And the toughest thing is, it's like, man, it's all circumstantial. Like, it's like, you know, obviously me and Emilio are talking about whatever the fuck we want to do, because we have our own snake room. We got a dedicated room for all this. But a lot of other people have this shit in their house, and, you know, they have it in rooms that are 73, 72 all the time. And so, and they know, okay, I'll just put my, let me get my temp gun. Oh, let me crank it up to 98 because I need it to 98 in order for it to get to 90. And then you're constantly blasting heat, which I feel like is a normal thing. But look what happened. That's it. Fuck the heat, dude. Anyways, all right, Jaffy, what's up, man? I wanted to catch up currently because you're tapped in, bro. Like I said, huge part of this community as a whole. You're a positive guy. People fuck with you tough, man. But what's going on with your own collection? Where are you at with things? I feel like you've been on the more quiet end of breeding. And I'm not updated, man. Why don't you update me?
Yeah, so for the people that I had a couple people hit me up like, oh, are you out of ball pythons? So the first answer is no. I'm not out of ball pythons. I don't plan to. But with that being the case, I am, as you guys can see, getting a little into chondros. Oh, I wouldn't say getting a little because I already kind of was in it, but a little bit more, if that makes sense. So with that being said, so I work 60-hour weeks, right? So for me to come home and take care of 30, 40, 50 snakes is almost impossible. So the way I've always structured myself and knowing myself, this is another thing I would say I could give an advice to someone coming in is do something that you think you could. So for example, if you come in the game, right, and you think you can do 100, start off with 20, start off with 30, then work your way up versus trying to come in and going all out, because then you get burnt out. People get burnt out, from like I had at one point 7 clutches and I was like, whoa, this is a lot. Yeah. Someone might look at me like 7, I got 7 in one day. Like, it's like that. So for me, I always thought I'm going to keep it small, keep it more manageable, and at the same time have fun with it. So with that being said, at one point I had, which is still small numbers, but I had 30 animals. So that's including breeders and then a little bit of babies. I've narrowed it down now to 16, and then I'm going to narrow it down to even more to about 10 to 13 adult breeders. So roughly, what would it be, 7? So it'd be 3.7 or it would be a 3.10. So depending on, what I got. But with that being said, I'm still doing ball pythons, but I switched over to now I'm doing mainly puzzle. So DG puzzle stuff and then hypo DG puzzle stuff. That's something I've never got into. I seen it from back then when I first got into ball pythons, but as you guys know, I was doing ultramel, but I got out of ultramel and I shifted over to mainly puzzle now. So I got one pair for DG hypo clown, but that's just a pair I'm doing just for fun.
What was that ultramel combo you hit like a few years back and it was like, whoa, what the fuck? I can't remember which one it was. It was a really badass one.
Yeah, I think it was a plain Jane ultra clown.
Ultramel clown, just a regular
ultramel?
Yeah,
plain Jane.
This is like 2021 though. Like this was,
I think it was 22. I think it was. So yeah, okay. 22 or 23.
There weren't a lot around at all at that time.
At that time, not. I mean, at that point, I don't even think other than myself and maybe Austin and someone else, I don't think anyone else. But I think there was another guy in Alberta who produced one, but that's it. Like we brought ours in from Europe, so that's how we couldn't even find them in Canada.
So how did it affect you, like seeing how quick things changed, like project wise for the ball python game, like especially Ultramel Clown, right? Like you think, like where that was in 2022, and then just not even a year after that, it was like, whoa, shit! Like I feel like Ultramel Clown, DG Clown, like a lot of it was just like shifted, right? Was that a huge influence for you to get out of Ultramel or no?
Well, to be honest, like this is the way I worded it. People might take it wrong. I'm gonna say it like how it is. So for me, when I'm working a project, right, I'm going all out, right? And with the limited time I have, I want to produce something that's more unique and that's more something to the table. Like I could bring something to the table. If I see everyone producing it, I love it, but the way I work is I want to do something a little bit more unique, a little bit more out there. So for me, DG Puzzle, after going to Will's and seeing them throughout the years, I love the project, and there's not a lot of people now. There's a good amount of people DG Puzzle, but at the time when I got into it, there wasn't a lot of people into DG Puzzle. So with that being the case, I kind of shifted from Ultramel and then got into DG Puzzle. So some people, like I remember someone trying to say like, oh, you jump ship. Like, okay, like, yeah, I did. Like, that doesn't hurt me. Like, you make it seem like you're dissing me. Like, okay, yeah. So, but with that, I want to just do my thing. Like I said, I don't have a lot of time in terms of throughout the day. So I'm going to do something that, makes me more. It's a hobby for me. It's not a business. So I'm just having some fun with it.
And you already had some success with the Ultramel stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. You've been there, done that. It's not like,
it's hard for some people to understand that let's say you've been producing Ultramel stuff. If you don't have a really big collection, you need something different that's gonna it's gonna excite you, and
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I never really like. I like Ultramel. I even like the Mahoganies or not Mahogany. The Monarch stuff.
Yeah.
But I just felt like it was so like, I don't know. I don't want to say overworked because that's not the right word, but it was like too much. People were after it, and I just was like, cool. And honestly, and then also going to people like Will's place when I saw puzzle shit. Like
Yeah.
I was so impressed, but I was also like, holy shit, this guy is so deep. Like he's so ahead of the game where I'm like, I need to get like this somehow, but it ain't gonna happen with ball pythons. Like, I'm sorry because Will put a decade into like doing his shit without fucking having to make much noise. And then he started like revealing his stuff. And obviously like that takes time, dude. Like first and foremost. And obviously, how do you know you're really putting in time with something that's not going to get saturated at a certain point?
Yeah.
You don't know. You don't know.
Yeah, you don't know. That's why it's like
that's why you gotta be smart with what you put in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And like I said, I still love Ultramel, but it is what it is. Obviously, people can have their opinions. I don't trip about it, but obviously for me, I want to make something that stands out, something that
what someone else thinks doesn't matter, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like when they said that, I was like what? And I was like,
yeah.
With how competitive the market is and how it's contracting to an extent, people need to focus on themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And I will say that, I don't know, like at the end of the day, you never really are on like the big production side of things. Like even if your life allows you to kind of work with more animals, you're just happier doing less is more, right, Jaffy?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. You said you hit the nail on the head.
You've been around big mass production things. You've seen a lot of shit. I know you have.
And that's why I don't want to go there. That's like, like you don't go to McDonald's and then like, okay, I want to work at a small pop shop. No, you want to do some others. You want to be a carpenter or something, like,
Yeah.
It's like you see the mass production or you see the big production, but nothing wrong with that. But that's just not for me. That's the thing. It's not for me. So,
yeah. And that's the beautiful thing about, anything in life. Like, you got to know what's meant for you and what's not meant for you. For me, dude, fun is meant for me. I love having fun. And if I could somehow make money and have fun, that's what the fuck I want to do. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the thing too, right? Like and I know you guys could both touch on this, especially Jaffy, you having friends in the ball python game, the chondro game, seeing people go from ball python to chondros, like people move a little too quickly, dude. Like they bite off a little bit more than they can chew. And you know what that is because people are so crazy on social media following people's lives that they have no idea how they got there. Like they have no idea, not only the money investment side of things, but the time they waited, the losses, right? Like how many L's that were taken first and foremost to even get to any kind of success. Like you're going to fucking fail somehow, but people don't even bother to look into those sort of things. They look at all the positive sides and they think it's that easy, and it's just not, bro.
100%. That's the thing about longevity. You wanna build at a that turtle and the rabbit. You could go full blow, like boom boom boom, like going all out, but then the turtle's gonna win. That's how it is, because obviously if you go at a nice pace, you have that longevity versus you trying to rush into it. Something might happen along the way. Now you're like, forget all this shit. I don't want this all. So now, boom, you're out. So that's why for me, I've always felt like I'd rather less is more. Less is more. I can enjoy myself, keep what I want back, and because I don't rely on it for an income, I can just do my thing. Obviously the income is nice, but I'm not.
That's a really good analogy. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
So kind of like what's popping, or what are you hearing as far as what the current situation is in the Canadian market, the ball python market? I'm hearing different things. Like I'm hearing some fools are definitely struggling, which I feel like a lot of people are, but like what's going on? What are you hearing about what's happening in the Canadian ball python market, Jaffy?
I mean, so here, like the way the Canadian market is so for example, the States, you guys have what, 300 million people or something like that, like crazy number compared to Canada. We got, I think it's like 40 mil at most. So imagine the amount of people into reptiles in the States, and then imagine that number percentage in the Canadian side. So with that being said, the market here was never crazy other than COVID. But even COVID, I was selling most of my snakes to the States. So of course things here aren't moving as they used to be compared to an inflated market like COVID. But it's of course a little bit slower than the average because now everybody wants to keep their money back and all that. But it's not as good. But I haven't really posted anything much for sale, so I don't know the true how slow it is. But through the grapevine, I've been hearing it's a bit slow.
You still talk to Austin?
Yeah, I still talk to Austin.
I miss that guy. I need to shoot him a text. It's not like I don't have his number, but life just goes fucking as quick as it does. So I want to ask you, like, what's up with Austin? How's he doing?
Yeah, he's doing his thing. I mean, we haven't spoken like every day or anything, but he's doing his thing. He's breeding a lot. He actually produced, speaking of Ultra Clown, I don't know if he wants me to say it, but he produced a crazy Ultra Clown combo.
Oh, he's gonna blow you up now. Hey guys, get ready for some crazy notification rings, okay? Awesome.
Yeah, just kidding. He produced a banger. I don't want to expose that. I want him to show it. So he might text it to me.
What are some of the bangers that are like standing out in your head right now, Jaffy? It doesn't have to be shit you work with, but like, what's some of the stuff you're respecting out there right now?
So Miguel stuff for sure. He's produced the first hypo DG puzzle.
Yeah,
that thing was phenomenal. I'm shocked he actually sold it, but being that it was a female, I'm like, okay, I could kind of see that. And then Justin also producing DG Exotic Clowns. There's a whole bunch of combos. Jack actually has Performance Pythons, has a Hypo Sunset DG. And to me, that's a crazy it looks literally like a golden bar. Like it's absolutely insane. So I guess I named off a couple triple projects. But in terms of double, Devin from Prague Morphs, he also has a crazy chocolate spot nose hypo puzzle. That thing is nuts.
That thing is nuts.
Yeah, so a couple combos like that. But, when you're in the game, nothing really makes you go bananas. Like when you first used to go, like when you first get in the game, you could look at like a DigiPie and go, holy shit, this is crazy. Now it's like, okay, they're cool, but they're not like, I'm blowing my. CHONDROS, on the other hand, okay, yeah. I could tell you, like,
let me just say, though, I will say, I definitely could see where you're coming from with the ball pythons. It's like, all right, we get to the point where we see so much shit.
Yeah.
But it never gets old when you're hatching it yourself. Like when you open up an egg and you see a DG clown, let's say it has passed down on it. I don't give a fuck. You could just see the quality in that snake, and it's like, oh man, this is good. Mind you, like you go post it, fucking whatever, dude. Big wow, right? But it is cool to know that you got good quality and you're producing quality. Go ahead, Biggie.
Let me tell you, an example of the ball python game, right? I've never been a Pompeii guy. Never. Just too much browns for me, right?
Even when it first came out?
I've never liked it.
Wow.
I thought it was cool, but it never did it for me.
Interesting.
Let me tell you something, bro. When I saw that DG Pompeii, that's just the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes me want to fucking get into the project 100%. That's the ball python game, bro. All you're missing is one gene sometimes.
Yeah.
And it can change your whole fucking mindset.
Look at Red Stripe. Red Stripe was that it? Like Pompeii. Like Red Stripe was when I was in ball python, people didn't even talk about Red Stripe. Like Red Stripe wasn't even like who? Red Stripe? Why you have that? Like, that's how it was. And then Justin put it into a spot nose, yellow belly, black pastel. Boom. Yeah. That gene went from like $20 to thousands. You could have sold a Red Stripe clown just like that. Yeah. Just from that one combo. So, it's like Biggie said, like at the end of the day, it just takes that one thing to just boom, make that project.
And entering the triple and the quad and more side of recessive things, we get to relive all these moments. Like everything, all the incomplete dominance that we're. By the way, stop saying complete codoms, please. Like guys, we sound ridiculous. There's no codoms. It's incomplete dominance, please. Out there, there's a couple. There's a Canadian player of mine. Like Jaffy, I fuck with you, and there's another dude up there, but he had a fucking vlog he came out. It says codoms. I'm like, God damn it, dude. Fuck. But anyways, let me go back to what I was saying. But dude, you know, we talk about the right ingredients, get the certain morph into the right project and watch where that project goes. And you know, red stripe, dude, redhead, right? That's another fucking crazy gene. What's another gene too? Well, obviously blackhead, right? Like, right, there are just so many of these genes to where like you don't have it in the mix, you put it in the mix, and then look what happens. Like, and it could really kind of just put you on the map. It really could.
100%. 100%.
So speaking of incomplete dominance, which ones are important to you, Jaffy, or maybe ones that you feel like are going to be crucial to your future projects?
For sure. So for me, I've always been a big OD fan. My first ever clutch I produced was OD Hypo. This was 2014, 2015. So OD's always been one of my favorite genes, and then of course the Super OD. Spot nose is another one. Spot nose in puzzle, spot nose in clown is a must in my opinion. Of course, spot nose and pied I wouldn't do, but you know, for the most part, it's you can work it in any project. Hurricane's another one. Hurricane I really like. Spot nose hurricane combos look amazing. Cosmos, that's another gene. Like sometimes Ralph be sending me stuff from what he's produced, and it's just insane stuff. And then black pastel I really like too. It's like if you put black pastel spot nose hurricane, it makes it so wacky. It makes it so like, because black pastel, I wouldn't say black pastel is a granite. I don't know if you would agree, Emilio, but like it's kind of like a granite, but not at the same time. So with hurricane, it just intensifies.
I'm gonna tell you guys, I've been raving about black pastel in the background. Black pastel is on its way back big time, bro.
Yeah.
Wait, what happened to it? I'm confused. I thought.
Well, I mean, for a while, people slept on it. You know,
100%.
I think it's out on the forefront again, especially 100%. With Barnhart. But even the regular black pastel stuff, bro, it's fucking dope, man.
100%. Cinnamon, I wouldn't touch, but black pastel.
Yeah, Cinny isn't as desirable. 100%.
Yeah. And Cinny, from what I remember, it can kink up a little bit. Like when you breed it, sometimes they come out with some kinks. Just regular cinnamon, like a combo. Yeah, I had it once where I produced a clutch with a cinnamon female, and one of the clowns came out. It could have just been an incubation issue, but I'm pretty sure it's happened before with cinnamon. It could also be with black pastel.
I mean, I've never heard in the single gene. Yeah. I've never really heard of a problem, but maybe, yeah.
So OD, man, obviously OD's come a long ways. But like, you know, OD's, you know, historical. It's a legendary fucking gene, you know. Ozzy has done so much work, has put it in so many different collections. It's possible OD's floating in people's stuff and they don't even realize it, correct? Because it's that much work, right? So let me ask you this, like, why is there so much OD stuff in Scrambler stuff? Like why, and not that, I don't even know if you work Scrambler, but I know you probably have some sort of an idea of like the differences maybe in the two and why maybe you feel like there's so much together all the time. Or maybe you don't know any of it. I don't know. I just figured I just shot in the dark, ask you.
Yeah, so for me, I don't really know a lot about Scrambler, but from my understanding, Scrambler came through Ozzy stuff. So Ozzy is the one, of course, we all know with OD. And then from what I understand, some people, some breeders, they bred ODs and then produced something that looks a little bit more, you know, scrambled up. So with that being the case, it kind of came through OD, and then that's why it was associated with OD, because it's like
it's almost a line of OD in a sense.
I don't know, because for me, I don't want to say yes or no, but like for me, I still kind of don't understand the gene itself because I haven't really seen a scrambler itself. I couldn't ID it. Like I'm pretty good at IDing. I don't want to toot my own horn, but I'm pretty good at IDing.
We all are too. That's why, and we've also been there. We're right there with you. Trust me.
Yeah.
We're right there with you.
So for me, it's like I don't want to speak upon it in terms of negatively, but I don't know what I'm looking for. I know it's at times like my friend produced a super OD hypopide. It definitely doesn't look like any other hypopide I've seen before.
Yeah,
but they're saying it's a scrambler.
And you know, and this is just one example. Like I have people out there, God bless them, you know, they're, and not that maybe they don't care that there's pastel in the mix, but they're clearly posting stuff without putting certain morphs in the actual ad where you know there's pastel there. Why aren't you putting that there's pastel there? Or like something, right? And then I've even reached out to one of these people and they're like, oh, there's no pastel in the pairing. And I said, let me see the parents. And they showed me and I'm like, so that's just an OD? And it's like a fucking really, trust me, we all know OD adult ball pythons aren't bright. They're not bright. They're obviously there's a tint to them, right? But are they bright, Emilio? Is a OD
only if you have a really nice selective line bred animal.
Yeah,
but no.
But are there? But if there was pastel in that snake, are there signs on that? You could see it, correct?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
It's, I don't know. For me, obviously, people don't like pastel. To me, I feel like, you know, like for example, pastel DG, phenomenal. Pastel ultra, phenomenal. Pastel, so pastel D. In my opinion, pastel DG puzzle looks better than the DG puzzle. You know, and don't shoot the messenger. Pastel DG puzzle looks better than a DG puzzle, in my opinion. It makes it pop, it makes it glow. I seen the one at Will's. She was what, like a 2,000? How big was she, MJ? Like 2,500 grams or something. His big pastel DG puzzle.
Oh, she was humongous.
Pastel
huge
puzzle. Pastel
100%
puzzle pattern, bro.
100%. 100%. No argument. To me, there's no argument.
Yeah.
Like if someone said, "Oh, pastels like doesn't look good in puzzle," you just don't like pastel. That's it.
Yeah, right. Which is fine.
You know?
Okay, not to like something.
Yeah, 100%.
There's no argument that pastel doesn't have its place in the hobby. It totally does. But you should be able to fucking know that it's in there, and you should
100%.
say that it's in there if you're selling an animal. That's my only thing, right? Like if you know, for instance, this combo has butter in it, and you know that if you put that in the ad, it's gonna maybe cause a little bit on the price, you're just gonna be like, well, fuck it, I'm not gonna put it. No, dude, it's not how it works, because we know it's in there, so you know, right? And I just feel like it's one of the many things people are thinking they can do to make a sell, because dude, it's rough out there, dude, and I get it. Hustle, you got to be a hustler somehow, but hustling thing that way is not like you don't bamboozle people, you know what I'm saying? And I just see, and it's either just a lot of poor IDing, or it's what I just said, motherfuckers are trying to come up real quick. You guys
I'm pretty sure they don't want to.
They just don't want it out there. They don't want it out there. Talking about anyways, let's move.
It is what it is, but
it just doesn't make you look good. You know what I mean? Especially if you're trying to be in this game for the long run. Because I'm just telling you, man. What's crazy too, bro, is some of these people, how they're exiting, man, it's kind of a shame. Not all of them. Some of them, it's like, man, you know, hope you stick around, come back. But you got some people that sorry.
It's like I said, right? They got in the game and they went from 0 to 100. So now that they're not being able to sell stuff, it's taxing on them.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's more like, you know, you got people that just did other people wrong, you know, and I just feel like this game, man, if you're good to people, you take care of people, you'll always be involved in the reptile game. Like the reptile gods will take care of you somehow. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, before social media, you had people who just fucking took advantage of other people because they could. You could get away with it. What are you gonna do? I'm the big dog. You're the little dog. Go ahead, talk your shit. There ain't no social media, you know. And that was like the way for a long time. And then now here we are, dude. Those guys are just. They're like, some of them are holding on with a fucking finger. They're like, oh my god, and they still don't know how to do customers.
I mean, Amelia could tell you. You've been in the game now, what, 25 years? So
21.
Year 20.
Yeah, like back when I was in it, 2013 or 2013, you couldn't even ask a question like, "Oh, how did you do it?" Like they would just leave you on goals, or they would say some dumb shit like, "Oh, basically, why don't you ask the?" You know, I remember one time there was a breeder here. This guy was cold-blooded, like back then, but that's how it was back then. So, you know, like basically, he wouldn't ask you. Like, I'm not saying ask everybody in the world questions, or, you know, I'm not saying that, but at that time, it's almost like you don't buy from me, don't talk to me. Yeah. That's basically how it was. You know, now people hit me up, or, you know, in general, I'll answer. If I can answer, I'll answer. But obviously, I can see some people getting overwhelmed. Okay, but it's just hard because at that time, that was the norm. People were just, I wouldn't say scumbags, basically scumbags. I couldn't find another proper way of saying it. Like they're all basically cold-blooded back then, which is good because now it completely changed. Social media and stuff like that. Social media was like the benefit of the hobby in terms of turning it into like a more positive light. There's still people like that out there, but because of social media, they had to change.
I wish this was the only social media I ever had to deal with. Like, I wish I could just show up, do the show, and then I'll see you guys next show, and that's it. But it's such a part of the lifestyle. Like, I have no, like Emilio, like we all talked about, like you let off the gas on social media, you could kiss goodbye to any kind of relevancy to your projects because, that people think they could just disappear for 2 years and come out and post a snake and be like, hey, yo, check me out, guys. And people are like, fuck, dude, there's so many new waves at this time. People with the cool snake, but bro, fucking, do you see what Justin just posted on his vlog? Go away. Like, I'm telling you, like, if you're not putting in the work and you're not building up a community of followers, like real followers, not let's fucking put orca fucking reels and get fake followers. I'm talking about like real people to follow your work, dude. Shit will come together for you, but you can't be fucking phony about it. That's the thing, man. Like, god damn it, like people want it so bad they're willing to fake it.
Yeah.
What does that do for you, especially in a reptile hobby, dude? What is faking a subscriber count or a following count? What does that do for you? What are your bills paid? I gotta ask you guys that seriously. The people who are so fucking focused about look at my following, look how big I'm doing, and your views are so minimal. Are you fucking paying your bills right now? How do you have the time for this shit? Think about it. It's ridiculous. What are we here for?
I guess they're trying to fool sponsorship, or they're trying to fool people in general. It's I don't know. That's what it is. But
fucking ridiculous, bro.
At the end of the day, my social media is for me to share my passion.
Your resume, right? Like your
resume, how much I love what I'm doing. My day. What I love at the end of the day, and everything else will take care of itself.
Yeah.
And listen, again, this is my life. This is my choice. Like, I want to follow shit that inspires my life. I'm on social media because of reptiles. That's it. I swear to God, if I was not in the reptile game, but I had some other job that I was able to pay my bills without social media, I would have a private account. I would be so fucking low key. And if you don't believe me, ask anyone who knows me before the reptile game. That's how I was. I fucking hate that much of being involved, but also being that involved has changed my life. And I'm very thankful for it because I've met people like you, Jaffy. I've met Emilio. I met Mark Bailey, Miguel. Did the names go on, dude? I'm friends with all these people. Like, this has changed my life, but you have to know how to fucking put in the work. Like, it's a part of it, bro. And it's crazy. It's like people want my life or Emilio's life, but do you want to get up and post every day? Like, do you want to get up and fucking cater to how many of our Patreon members or fucking Instagram subscribers that you have to go communicate with on a day-to-day basis, bro? It's fucking a grind. Emilio, am I tripping?
No, I mean, it's a beautiful thing.
I love it. It's a dream. I love it.
It's a lot of work, and it took a lot of work to build. Bro, if you're fake, you're gonna be sniffed out in a fucking second.
Especially nowadays.
I mean, it's that simple. So just build it, and what's the phrase? They will come. Do it the right way.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I don't know. I want to kind of bridge this to like what I feel like really grinds your fucking motors, man. Like you're huge on the chondros, but it's been something you've been kind of following for a while now, right? Jaffy, like even before you got your first chondro, which was years ago, you're always soughting after them, right?
Yeah, I mean, no, believe it or not, I first wanted a chondro in what was it, 2008? That was when I was 13 years old. and and keep in mind, being that I wanted it, I was doing research from then till now. And like, currently I'm still doing research because I feel like you can never have enough information, especially watching, every Tuesday at work, I'm listening to your podcast at work for the chondro stuff. And then I'm listening Bill's was the first chondro podcast I was listening to every single time it was out. So it's like, with that being said, it took so long to get into the game because I was always scared. You know, and I remember the first episode I was on with you. I don't know if you remember it, but I said, MJ, I'll be there one day. I'll be there one day. I'll get a chondro one day. And then I think the first chondro I got, I literally sent you a video. I said, I told you I'll do it. And then that was the first one. And since then, I built it up slowly because that was, 2 years ago? And now I got 4. So it's not like I went from 1 to 75 in 1 year, you know.
Right, which is it's just like the ball pythons. Like that's not your type of energy, like to just go in over your head. But also too, like I don't know, I just feel like there's a lot to learn, right? Like first and
100%.
foremost, keeping is something that I feel like people can figure out right away. But let's be real, like we like to breed, you know. Who's one of the closest people you have in Canada? You mentioned his name on here before, but remind me of the guy who you talk to a lot up there in Canada who has some really awesome stuff.
Yeah, Drew Stevens. So
Drew Stevens, yes.
Yeah, DS Viridis, I think it is. Yeah,
yes.
DS. Yeah, he's got some crazy shit. Crazy stuff.
You just got a snake from him. Those are the ones that's on the thumbnail, right?
Yeah. That's the one I got from him.
And that's already it's in your collection or not yet?
Yeah, 100%. She's smashing food.
Damn.
Yeah,
that's
she's
awesome.
smashing. Yeah, she's like the prize jewel of my collection. Like if I had to get rid of everything, she would be the one left over.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what's your sex ratio? Like, do you know how many, like what you have all together with the ratio?
Yeah, so far I have 1.2 for sure.
Nice.
I also picked up one from Thomas Budway, female, confirmed female.
Dude, you got a contra from Thomas Budway.
Yeah.
See, okay, listen, people ask me all the time, MJ, like, how many would you get at once? And like, how many would you start off with? I'm like, dude, depends what you get. Like, if you get the right shit, you don't need a lot. You don't need a lot. I'll tell you that much. Now, mind you, you are against the odds because numbers help you with breeding success. But, you know, you got people out there who don't start with a shit ton of numbers. You know what I'm saying? If you're taking your time and you're just not in a rush, that thing will breed, dude. You'll get it to breed. But, man, if you have the right shit, like what you're talking about right now, Jaffy, all bangers, man. We're talking that clutch would be nothing but bangers.
Yeah, I sent you the video for if you wanted to put it up. I didn't post it I posted like on my stories, but
IG, where'd you send it?
On Instagram, yeah.
Okay, cool. I'll pull it up.
Yeah.
Wait.
So with her, so she's my second female, and then the one I got from Drew, he was leaning. He's like 95. I think he said 90 or 95% sure it's a female. So that's what I wanted. So if everything goes good, I'll be at a 1.3.
How old is that snake? The one that he's 90% sure it's a female.
A year old. What is it? 15 months old. 15 months old or 16 months old, something like that.
I'm assuming because he's just basing off the sheds. It hasn't showed any plugs, and the size maybe and the development of the snake. He's feeling it's a female. Yeah.
Like he hatched it, and then like watching her compared to the other ones and everything. Like, I mean, he's a pro at this, so he's got to be seeing something that I don't see. Because for me, when they're under 2, I'm like, I don't know what's what. You know, I'm still trying to learn. So
yeah, I'm also curious because obviously I had that clutch last year, and as I was raising them up, there were some bangers that all looked kind of the same, but I didn't want to keep all of them. But I kept the ones that I felt like that were taking off growth wise, like a lot bigger than the other ones, and they're still really big. And I'm pretty positive they're females, just based off the way they're growing, like they're really taking off. And so, yeah, and it's like that with ball pythons, obviously, too. Obviously, we know females get a lot bigger than males, and it gets noticeably at a certain point. So I'm pretty sure. How's that going to be different with chondros? I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's definitely a good, detail to finding out. But I've also heard of the biggest baby being a male in a clutch. So it's
because we've all seen some big males out there in the ball python game too. Like I've 100%. Seen some fucking, like that's a male. Holy shit. And so like I think it's definitely possible. And that's why it's not always something to really bet on. Like if you're holding it back, cool, have fun and guess. That's what I do. I just play the guessing game because I'm only I'm gonna lose to myself. I don't give a fuck. But yeah, it's all interesting stuff, bro. That's why I love it. We're just like we're all like little scientists and like nerds and geeks and shit, man. I love
100%.
it.
Yeah,
See, let me tell you guys, seeing all those babies that MJ hit recently,
got you itching.
Incredible.
What? Say that again. I'm sorry.
Seeing all those babies you've been hitting, bro.
Oh man,
That stuff makes you want to get into it. I'll tell you.
Yeah, it doesn't. I mean, listen, I don't want no other way. I'm so happy, but I just told Jaffy I was like fucking sweating bullets because I noticed one of the calico babies that pipped earlier this morning hasn't moved much. Like its head's still out. And then I'm like, dude, you know, normally when that's the case, like when they're not fully out, but their heads are out, but they're not moving, you got to inspect it. And so when I saw that, I'm like, let me go look. And sure enough, it was tied in the umbilical cord. And I'm like, oh my God. And but I was able to get it out. But you know, it still had a lot of the yolk sac still attached to it. So of course you know, there's ways to go about it once that happens. But man, it's dude. And listen, this is why it is what it is. Like, I mean, people know my story. I a lot of fucking losses to get to this point, but all those losses lead to you knowing what the fuck to do when shit goes down now. And so, bro, honestly, that's why I'm like this. Bring it on, bro. Bring it on. Bring it on, dude. I'm like, I've been through so much hell with this shit. You can't hurt me no more, dude. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Please. Chondro gods, I'm kidding. Dude, Rico's like, oh yeah, MJ, watch this one, motherfucker. No, dude, I don't know, man. But also like, I don't take things personal anymore either. Like, if a female rolls, even though it sucks, dude, you're working with living animals. Like, you just got to figure it out what it was and make sure you do everything you can not to repeat it. And so that's where I'm at with things, man. I'm just day by fucking day, bro. But I wouldn't want it any other way. Like the amount of busy I am right now, I'm so blessed to be this busy. It's stressful, but I'm fucking better than not being busy, right?
As messed up as it sounds, I'm gonna say, you have to have animals growing behind the animals you have because things are gonna happen.
Yeah, that's what I was telling. I mean, that's what I was telling Jaffy. Like, you know, numbers are on your side when it comes to this shit.
Yeah, you're gonna lose stuff. I mean,
yeah, and that's the sad thing too. Like, out of your control too. Like, things could just, you know, like again, I hate to always bring up ball python people, but there's no bigger demographic in the reptile game I could think of people who are working with other stuff. And so you got ball python people who are looking to spend thousands of dollars on a chondro and they want it to change a certain color. They want to guarantee a sex. And you're like, I can't. And they want all these fucking guarantees. I'm like, dude, you know, this thing might not even breed for you, right? Have you ever fucking considered that? If you consider this fucking $6,000 designer that you're spending this money on probably won't turn blue, okay, and possibly won't breed for you. You ever think of that? Idiots. Dude, it's crazy to me that people don't even fucking like process like the what ifs. They just think it's fucking ball pythons. Let's get a rack and fill them up and breed them and we'll be Justin. No, dude, do that and watch what happens. God damn, this is gonna be nuts. I got my popcorn, dude. I'm telling you right now. I got so many people. I'm just like this. I'm like, okay, sure. You know what's crazy too, bro? They come and ask for advice. You tell them advice and then they give you a rebuttal on it. And it's like, oh, fuck, you asked me for advice and now you're telling me why that's probably not going to work? Dude, I can't help people like that. Honestly, those are the people I just, God bless, dude. I right off into the wind. Fucking, it's like Atreyu in fucking Never Ending Story when he's on the horse and he's fucking going to the, you ever watch Never Ending Story? You ever watch that movie? It's a good story.
Yeah.
Atreyu! Anyway.
Cocky, bro. They can't be cocky. Just because you killed it in one area, it doesn't mean you killed it in the next.
Yeah, especially because it's not relatable. Like chondros and ball pythons.
Yeah.
You know, a ball python, I've had the earliest I've had a female give me eggs was 20 months old or 19 months old or 20 months old. For chondros, it's like you got to be at least, I mean, you could do it before, but I wouldn't want to do that. To me, it's like 5 years. 4.5 to 5 years is where, you know, it's I feel like it's a little bit more comfortable. But 4.5 is like it's an exceptional female, just a monster.
And even that's if they want to, of course. Exactly. Like we could be like, oh, they're the age, they look perfect, they look this, but if they don't want to do it, they're not going to do it.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm telling you, and I know this because I have my most expensive, and I love him to death. Doogie Hauser, you're my boy. If you're listening, I know you're listening right now, Doogie. Love him to death, bro. But he has not fucking cuddled or pound one female yet. Okay, so, and I'm cool. Trust me, I'm not hurting. I got babies, but fucking sweet, Doogie, $9,500 baby. Fucking not putting in any kind of work right now, just eating. living here for free right now. But I'm having a good time. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck. He still gets a lot of likes on Instagram. So
he's a monster. Even like chondros, I love, and then every time Emilio posts up his dry marcons, I'm always hitting him up like, holy shit! Like I've always wanted. To me, the dry marcon was like the one colubrid where if I could get, I would, because like the indigos, the caribos, and all that, like they fascinate me, especially the way they move. And I remember Emilio telling me like it's not like a regular snake. Like you can tell they have intelligence. It's not like just like a horned snake just doing this the whole time. Like it's a snake that's thinking like, okay, what are you gonna do? Are you feeding me? Especially the aspect that I remember Will told me, I think he had indigos or something at one point. He was feeding them chicken legs. I was like, what? You can just feed them chicken legs like that? He's like, yeah, they just grab it and just start eating it. Because I don't think they constrict, right? I mean, they just grab it and just start eating.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's
Those
crazy.
things, they eat everything, bro. It's crazy. Yes, they are smart. And a lot of the videos that you see online on YouTube, a lot of them are sensationalism. They're hungry. They might not be being fed enough. Again, I'm learning. Okay. But man, mine have been a pleasant surprise. They're really cool. I haven't been bit once. Okay. They do know the difference when you're gonna feed them and when you're not gonna feed them. It's been a hell of an experience. I love them, bro.
Yeah, it's a badass piece.
what's your count now, Emilio? What's your group size now at this point?
I have 1.3 1.3 yellow and 1.2 black.
Okay.
Now, what about the Eastern? Do you ever plan on adding that at all at some point?
No, man. I mean, I have MBKs at they're beautiful, but there's a lot of limitations to them.
Yeah.
What do you mean? What do you mean limitations? Like in Florida, or what are you talking about?
I need a permit.
Oh yeah,
in state to have them, and I can't sell them.
No,
you can sell them across state lines. Someone correct me if I'm wrong.
You're right. You're right.
Also,
that's unfortunate. All because they're native, right?
Yeah, they're just protected. They're endangered. Also, there's a lot of inbreeding with those, and with what I have, there isn't that problem because there is still some wild blood that comes in once in a while to be bred. I prefer that. In the future, I might get Yucatans, the red Yucatans, the blacktails, stuff like that. You know, I'm working a really nice chocolatey looking blacktail that I'm super excited about. I mean, again, I just love the animals, bro.
Yeah.
Anything that comes with them is fucking cream on the what do we call it on the cake?
Cream of the crop or
cherry on top.
Yeah, cherry on top, bro.
Yeah.
Fucking cute Cubano over here. Hey, I gotta ask you though, okay, Jaffy, let's kind of like paint a picture here. Let's say fucking your the time of your life didn't matter, money didn't matter, all that was available. You were to start a chondro collection. Would you add any yellow neonates? And if you were to add a yellow neonate, what yellow neonate would it be? Like, would it be a pure locality? Would it be a certain designer like a Mark Hager? Would it be something like I just made? What would you want? I'm just curious.
Yeah, for me, my first love. So you might laugh to this, but my first love for chondros was Kofials.
Oh, nice.
They were my first. They were my first obsession from when I was 12, 13, 14 about that. So for me, if I was to get a Kofial, shout outs to Ryan Young, I would do a Ryan Young, and I wouldn't breed it into nothing other than Kofials.
That would be the game plan.
Yeah. I would never mix a Kofial into anything for me because it's a Kofial.
So you're trying to get on Ryan Young's good side right now, for
Guys,
sure.
I don't even know what those look like. What do they look like?
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like,
I'll pull it
if
up.
you get like a good quality Kofial from Chuck, they're like literally yellow. Like it's
they're pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Chuck's coming on the show this Thursday, actually.
That's gonna be
tomorrow. My bad, not this Thursday. But yeah, check this yellow out right here, Emilio. You'll have an appreciation. It's a different type of yellow. Like trust me. Like it's whoa.
It's something like whoa.
See that?
Oh shit.
Yeah.
That was my first love. in a chondro.
This fool's the real deal right here.
Hey,
And
that's no joke, bro.
he's like the Kofi on man. Look at this shit, bro. Look at that.
Wow.
And keep in mind, most of the stuff, from what I remember, he line bred it. I think MJ, he got it from Rico, right? I think I'm pretty sure he got his original stuff from Rico.
He tells the whole story here. Check this out: the black-head canary. Have you heard about these? These are like the eyes are black. Look at that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
That's crazy, man.
Gary ended up with that. Yeah, it's insane. Like he literally, because I'm pretty sure his favorite snake is the eyelash pit viper, the yellow one.
Yeah.
So then when he found out you can get a non-venomous version, he just went all out, and he's been producing. He's been basically line breeding them like a designer. He basically got. I don't even know if you would call him a designer, but I guess they're a designer Kofi Yao, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's really nice.
Yeah. So that's my favorite yellow. But other than that, I would do of course MARC got some crazy yellow stuff. I think it's War Paint or
War Paint. Yeah.
Yeah, War Paint is crazy. JL also has some crazy high yellow stuff. So
I'm so excited, man, because Mark's like now that the war's ended, the red versus yellow neonate war. I raised my where's my white flag? I don't have it no more. I raised my white flag this morning. That's it. It's over. Everybody love everybody. Yellow has equal opportunities just as much as reds, and that's it. I'm not fighting this war no more. It's over. That's it. Mm-hmm. And I will say I'm looking forward to these yellow neonates hatching out of the egg fully, so I could call Mark Hager and he could teach me what to look for when it comes to selecting the right yellow neonate, because they all look the same.
Yeah, that's the one thing about yellows. They come out like yellow. There's no other like.
No.
Yeah.
Hold on. So there's a yellow in here. I will say right now, because you follow Socrates, obviously, right?
100%.
Do you remember yellow? Do you remember that yellow he posted that looked like a toy? Like it didn't look real. Like the way the yellow looked on the snake when he would have it, it looked like a toy snake. Do you remember that one?
That's from Rogue Rainbow Dash.
I believe so. I believe so. Maybe.
I'm pretty sure those are the only two pairs he makes yellows from, unless he bred like a Aru female.
Oh, sure it's more than that for sure. Let me see if I can pull it up. But anyways, that fucking yellow, dude, I'll never forget like the way that yellow looked. It just here, I have it right here. Actually, I'm gonna pull it up. But I have a yellow in this clutch that gives me that type of vibe. It doesn't look as toyish, I guess you could say. I gotta find this fucking thing. Where is
the High King yellow line?
And the High King. I shout out to Carly and the homie Matt because what do you know about the High King stuff? Why I look for this snake? Why don't you tell me what you know about the? Oh, here it is. I found it. The
High King yellow line.
Yeah.
Or whatever it's King yellow high. Whatever. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Those are the ones where I've seen they produce the yellow neos and they almost look like toys. They don't even look real. I think somebody posted one up today or yesterday. It was crazy. Like it was like medium white, or it was a crazy one. Yeah, I remember that one. The one. That one. Yeah.
Look at this thing, dude. Look at that thing, Emilio. That's a special yellow right there. I'll tell you that right now. Like, do you see how it's more like drawn? It looks like somebody drew that, Emilio. Can you see it?
Smooth. It almost looks smooth.
It doesn't look real.
Yeah, it looks like velvet.
Yeah. And it's weird because it like you don't see almost the scales from here. Like it just looks like somebody drew it. It doesn't look real. Like, it almost looks ceramic. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So
the first albino was a yellow too.
The first albino, well, albino is only yellow, I thought.
Oh no, because Marshall's is red.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think Marshall his albinos are mutts. That's why they're not pure albino.
Yeah, you're right. Because they came from Marukis originally, so Marukis are only yellow. So.
Which trace to trooper stuff, right? That's kind of where a lot of
technically for the Marshalls came from troopers, but originally Trooper got it from TSK. They got it from.
GoFundMe for MJ to get a tattoo of a yellow neonate. Damn, I don't know. I'd have to see about that one. Maybe it'd have to be one I produce. We'll see.
You ain't using color anyway, right? So it doesn't have to be yellow or red.
That's true. I could say it's yellow. Or it could be a canary.
Yeah.
But it's black and white.
You could put even a blackhead canary. Put the.
Or I could just put one of fucking Bill Stiegel's black neonates on me.
Yeah, too. That shit's dope, bro.
Oh yeah.
Dude, you know what's crazy, man? Shout out to the mayor, man. God damn it. I know my place in this game. I'll never ever fucking I'm so happy, and I know this is only the beginning for me, but you know what I'm producing, like compared to what Bill's producing, dude. Like Bill's clutches are all black. Like I'm talking fucking maroon or black snakes. Like that right there is a goal of mine. Like until I get to that point, I'm not really putting my feet up at all. I'm telling you. I probably won't even put my feet up then, but I'm just saying, like people think I'm like capping out, or like I had some people ask me, like, man, this might be your biggest year ever. No, well, not won't be next year because I'm gonna go even harder next year. I don't give a fuck. Like until I get to that point where Bill's at, I'm going hard. I'm going super hard. But even when I get to that point, Bill's going hard. Like I'm just gonna keep going hard. I'm not gonna stop. But man, I'm telling you right now, no respect, no disrespect to the yellows. And I think maybe Chuck might be the only guy, and also that the Kingline stuff, those might be the only yellows that could possibly hold the candle, but not even much to the black stuff that John Irby makes and fucking Bill Stiegel, bro. I get it. It's all pro-choice.
Yeah.
But holy shit, bro. Come on, man. That stuff is
producing. Yeah, I think my favorite Chondro right now is either Warzone from John Irby. He got it from Christian. Warzone is probably one of my favorite phenotypes.
Mine's right here, dude. The motherfucker.
The manifester.
Manifester motherfucker. Wait, the motherfucking manifester. That's what this is. Okay, here we go.
He wanted to make it the most complex name because that thing is nuts. And those are from, I think he produced that from 2 Dave D animals.
Yeah, Chaos and Shadow.
Yeah.
I'll never forget when he fucking bought those snakes from Dave D. I couldn't.
You know what it reminds me of? SH05188.
Is that the one John Irby has?
No, that's the OG.
Oh yeah. Dude, man, that's the thing, bro. Like I think probably the last 3 years, I really started like remembering the IDs.
Yeah.
But like before all that, dude, I never, because it was so much, and it's a lot, bro. Like you got to geek out in this game for years before you could like drop an ID like that and know exactly what snake. Patrick will speed you up for sure. Talk to people like Patrick.
Yeah.
And he'll fucking get you up to speed really quick, you know. But it's also why I love the Green Tree Python game. Like, look how like deeply dialed in this shit is. Like documentation for years, like all the way back to the early fucking 70s, you know.
Yeah, it's like horse breeding. They can give you lineage and everything. The thing is about with chondros, it's not about morphs. We're not. I mean, in theory, it's like a morph / phenotype, but you know they're not genes. You can breed a blue animal to a blue animal and then produce green animals. You can breed a green animal to a green animal and produce a blue animal. So it's like, you know, it's almost like that chase. It's like a different level of chasing versus you breed a triple het to a triple het. You know, for the most part what you're aiming for. So that's in my opinion, that's the allure to chondro breeding.
You know, remember we were talking about how like back in the day, like you said something stupid in the ball python groups or something, you got fucking like shitted on. Yeah. Well, what happened to me one time? I think this was like 2018, definitely pre-podcast years. But I was getting into the chondro. I was already in the chondro game, but I was like getting into the groups and like looking at stuff. And I don't know what I said. I said something about a morph, and someone's like, "There's no fucking chondro. There's no morphs in chondros." Like, and then it came with another person. Like, what are you, an idiot? And then another person came, and I'm just like, oh my god. Like, so, and mind you, I'm just finding out about ball python morphs really. So I thought like, oh, there's morphs and everything. But you know what, dude? Fuck those guys. I think there is morphs in chondros somewhere. I really do, dude. I think we haven't worked them out enough. Like, they're nowhere near ball pythons when it comes to breeding, right? So how can something be red dominant? That's what I want to know. How can something be red dominant, can make a whole clutch be red, but then not be a morph? I don't get that. Like, I don't understand that part.
Yeah, I mean, they got albinos. Some people theorize they got a hypo, but hypo is going to be a hard one. The blackhead canary was if I'm not mistaken, was kind of like they were thinking it might have been a morph. I think Gary ended up with the black-headed canary, if I'm not mistaken.
I can't recall.
Yeah, I mean my memory is I'm trying to think back, but yeah, chondros. There's not a lot of morphs that we know of. I'm sure there might be a melanistic in the wild or something. You know, there's got to be every species. Like, what species do you know that doesn't have at least albino?
Right. Or
you know what I mean?
pied.
Or pied.
Yeah.
You know, it's just a matter of finding it. Look, there's a pied boa. Someone
Yeah.
produced a pied boa. You know, with that being said, that means there's got to be something out there.
Dude, imagine whoever hits the first pied chondro.
Shit.
I don't even think they could survive with the amount of bombarding they would get.
They'd be the new Pete Call. Like, they'd be like a whole fucking like, dude, my God, I hope you're ready for that kind of heat. I hope it's the right person. I really do. I think it's gonna come from a wild caught pair. It has to. It has to.
It has to. I don't think it would come like there's a guy up here, Don Patterson. He actually produced a hypo Western blue tongue skink and then an exanthic Western blue tongue skink.
That's cool.
It was crazy. Like, you know, those are from two animals he got from overseas. So I can only imagine something like that would have to come from something like, you know, like the albino chondro is the only one that I know of where it's kind of consistent, but not really consistent. But, you know, we just need to find something like a hypo or melanistic, or we don't even need to, if anything. Like, you know, we could produce our own hypo look or melanistic look, which we got.
Your homie Drew Stevens, right?
Yeah.
How much do you talk to him about like the stuff he experiences with the stuff with the hatchlings that he establishes? Like, does he ever tell you about prolapses or, you know, things not eating and dying? Like, does he ever give you details about what he goes through?
He so from last year he produced one clutch, and then the year 2 years before that I think he produced another clutch. So I don't know if he's had a lot of experiences with prolapse, which I don't think he has, because I know with this clutch I picked up from, I'm pretty sure they were all good feeders from jump. Like, I don't think he was struggling feeding them. He might have had one or two runs or anything like that or something like that, but that would be more of a question he can give you more detail on if he ever comes on the show. Yeah, I remember him saying that the clutch was pretty good, consistent with feeding.
He's low key though, right? From what I remember, I think I hit him up. I remember reaching out. I remember as soon as you brought him up or something, I looked into him and I was like, holy shit, look at his stuff. And I was like blown away. And I hit him up and he's very polite, but was like, nah, I'm good. I'm kind of just chilling, you know?
No, he's lower than low key. He's like no key. Like he's lower than low key. Like there's no key.
Is he older or my age, or how old is he?
I think he's about your age. Yeah, I think he's about your age. Yeah. So he's just not really into the. It's like you said before, right? Like if it wasn't for this, you would have never been on social media. So I'm pretty sure he's the same way. I'm the same way myself. Like if it wasn't for the reptile game, I would have never. I'm not a social media. I mean, in person, I'm joking and all that, but that's just in person. In person, it's there's more of a vibe there versus a computer and all that. It was never for me, like online social media stuff. So, but he's super low key.
Yeah. When's your next visit to the States?
I'm hoping September for Dallas.
For Bills?
Yeah. I'm hoping we should be coming because Tinley I won't be able to go because I have a wedding to go to. I'm actually a groomsman, so
oh shit.
My first ever wedding. I'll be a groomsman at, so that should be the first. That should be the next show or next visit I'll be going to in September, which is gonna be fun. I'm excited.
Looking forward to it. Shout out to Will. Will's in the building.
What up, Will?
Dude, Will's gonna become American citizen soon. Can you believe that?
I know.
How sick is that?
Yeah, I told him I'll come down for the weekend.
Sure. I was like, bro, once you're settled in, I'm flying over to come check you out.
He said, come, just
I was
come.
like, I'll have MORPH fly me over immediately.
I'll have my wallet fly me over immediately too.
Fuck,
we'll go chop it up at Will's, go to Justin's, go to Bob's. We're basically in Bob's, but we'll be there.
Those fucking awesome, bro.
Yeah, but dude, he's gonna be practically neighbors with Bob Vu. How dangerous is it gonna be? That's gonna be, man, those two together.
That's gonna be a dynamic duo. I'll say that. Dynamic duo. If you thought they troll now or joke around now, I can only imagine when those two are in the same room. That's gonna be crazy. Basically, when you go, you ain't sleeping. That's basically what I'm gonna tell you now. When you go, you ain't sleeping because They're gonna be cracking jokes and everything, but it'll be fun, you know. So I think for some, like I told Will, like, damn, that's gonna suck, because Will is not close in terms of distance, but he's, you know, he's closer than Atlanta. So when he said he was gonna go, I was like, oh shit, man, like, you know, he's like, yo, we don't even see each other now as often. I said, you're actually right, yeah, like that's actually facts, you know. But we talk every week, so you know, when he's in Atlanta, at least he gives me something to get out, you know, get out the country, go see him out there, you know, go chop it up with Justin and you know, just do my thing out there. The one thing I told him is, you better get ready for that heat, because that southern heat,
Yeah.
oh yeah, we don't get no heat like that here. If it's like 85, we all feel like we're melting. I'm telling you now, 85, like I work construction. These guys were leaving early because it was so hot.
Yeah.
Imagine Atlanta. You probably feel like you're in a walking sauna. That's like, I told them I'm coming in the fall or winter. I'm not coming in no summer.
Yeah, it was 91 here today.
Yeah, forget that shit.
With high humidity, so it probably felt like 103.
Yeah, see, no,
Yeah.
you wouldn't catch me outside.
I think Will's willing to deal with any kind of heat as long as he could just trade in that winter, bro.
Yeah.
That snow up there, bro, is no fucking joke. And it's forever. It's months. It's just months of snow. Like, it doesn't stop. I remember talking to Will one time in April, and he was like, it's still snowing. And I'm like, what? Why? Like, I couldn't believe it. Or maybe it was late March. I can't remember, but
it could have been even May. We get snow in May sometimes.
I couldn't believe it. And I'm like, dude, I haven't had a shirt on fucking since December. Like, this is nuts. Like, what the fuck?
Nah, here, like November, I'm going outside with a t-shirt, you know. So December, okay, you might come out with a sweater. In the January, that's where you're freezing like crazy. February, you're freezing like crazy. March, you kind of warm up again. It's like sweater, and then you know it just goes back down to t-shirt. But I guess because we're so used to the cold, when it's hot, it's super hot, and then when it's cold, we don't feel it as bad. Like for here, like it's not that bad here. If you go to like Alberta, shit, that's -40, -50 at some point. Like that's like almost inhabitable. You can't even go outside at -40, -50.
No thanks.
Yeah.
Hard pass. Hard pass.
Weird saying it's a hard pass.
All right, so wrap up topic of the episode. I'll go first, and we'll get Emilio's wrap up topic. But you know, at the end of the day, Jaffy, you know, obviously you've been watching a lot of stuff happening within the reptile hobby. If you had a good friend who's fully vested in ball pythons, what are some advice you'd give to them? Like, you know, like just, you know, obviously having friends who've been successful with ball pythons still are successful. If you had a homie out there who maybe was unsure with some things, like, you know, I don't know, what would be some advice for him?
So some advice I would give is just grow slow. Don't rush into anything. Try to take your time in choosing the projects you want to do, because the last thing you want to do is invest all this money into a project only to get the project going and be like, I don't really like this, so I'm gonna drop it out, and now you lost all that money. Another thing I would say is get yourself, you know, a good mentor, someone that's not gonna mentor you just to make money from, someone that could, you know, if you could get mentored by them and then you so happen to buy stuff from them, that's good. But I hope that mentor doesn't see you as a cash cow, you know, someone that potentially might make some money off, because that's not a true mentor. That's just someone that's trying to take advantage of you. So that's another thing where you kind of have to have, you know, I don't want to say a skill to kind of see those kind of signs, but I mean, you know, I'm not from the streets or anything, but I'm street smart. So for me, I can kind of see these kind of things. So that's something that you have to be aware of. And in terms of buying, you know, just be careful. Don't be buying everything you see. You know, it's just mainly about being wise with what you do in your time, and like I said, just don't go crazy.
Yeah, definitely fucking. And you know what's crazy too, man? It's like sometimes the best way to learn is by getting a bad taste in your mouth from something like that. That's, you know, because, you know, I don't know, man. Like, you know, how many people that I could talk a lot of shit about, like, to certain people, and then they would turn back like, well, I fucking like that person. It's like, okay, never mind, forget it. Because it's like, you know, people are treated differently. Like they have different experiences, like, and not everyone is they all don't have the same experience pretty much. So you got some people out there who just don't want to play that game. They're like, dude, that person's been cool to me. I don't fucking know. And they stay out of it. That's why you got to make your own decisions sometimes. Like you got to do like what that person did to you, and that's your fucking, that's it. You know, leave it alone. Keep it moving. Yeah. We vote with their dollar in this game. That's it.
Like when we were younger, my mom said not to do this. I did it. Boom, I got burnt or I got hurt. You know.
Right. Exactly.
The hard way. Yeah. That's a good tip too.
All right, big dog. What you got, Emilio?
Getting back to the good part of the game, right? Because the other stuff is happening and there's not much we can do about it. What's that pinnacle puzzle combo you want to hit in the next 3 to 4 years?
ODD.
That makes you like that pops up in your head like immediately.
Yeah, that would be a OD hypo DG puzzle.
OD hypo DG.
I'm with you on that OD and puzzle is the shit.
I agree with you. And then eventually, so I have a OD triple head hypo DG puzzle. She's like 2,300 grams. I have a puzzle double head DG hypo male I produced last season, so I'm gonna plug him to her in hopes of hitting OD hypo DG puzzle. And then this season, I also have shots at making a spot nose DG puzzle. So then at some point, mixing the OD hypo DG puzzle or whatever variant I get into the spot nose. So then I can make a OD spot nose DG puzzle and then putting the hypo on top. So the ideal combo would be OD spot nose, but within the next, year or two, I can hit the OD triple.
Can't wait to see that stuff, bro.
Yeah,
I can't lie. Oh man,
I'm excited about that.
Fuck yeah. Well, good episode, man. I appreciate the round 2. We're gonna hit you with these round 2 hot seats though, real quick. You cool with that?
For sure.
All right. Listen, guys, get the likes up. Round 2, Jaffy hot seat questions coming in hot. You know how these work, Jaffy. Quicker the better, okay?
For sure.
All right, here we go. Favorite locality, green tree python.
Ooh, you gave me a crazy one. I say Mataquaris.
Favorite designer green tree python breeder in the United States.
Dave D.
Least favorite green tree python breeder. I'm just kidding.
I was gonna say Billy. That connection.
All right. One reptile show you would like to go to that you haven't been to yet.
Bob's. I would say Bob's for sure.
What's your favorite triple recessive project in the ball python game right now?
Hypo DG puzzle.
What's your least favorite incomplete dominant?
Spider.
What was your best year, either breeding or just witnessing ball pythons?
2023.
It's a good year.
Yeah.
All right. A little word association. First thing to come to mind. Milk.
Bottle.
First time ball python breeder.
Slow down.
Morph market.
Love it.
Instagram trolls.
Hello.
All right. Last but not least.
Yeah.
Emerald tree boa or carpet python?
Emeralds all day.
That's an obvious answer. All right, go, Biggie.
All right, man. So I'm going to give you 5 options. All right. And you are going to tell me what you keep. You're only allowed to keep 3.
Okay.
Okay. Black pastel hypo DG clown.
Mm-hmm.
Hypo DG puzzle.
Mm-hmm.
DG exanthic clown. Exanthic DG hypo. Spot nose chocolate hypo puzzle.
Okay, so the first 3 for sure. So the black pastel DG hypo clown, hypo DG puzzle, and the exanthic clown DG.
Okay, that was easy.
Yeah, that one, because that's 3 complete different projects.
Yeah.
So now I can, intermingle them. Well, except the puzzle, but yeah.
All right, I asked this of everyone because I think it's a really hard one, but for some people it's not. DG or hypo?
Honestly, hypo.
Stain.
Yeah, stain.
Okay.
Yeah.
And originally, I was gonna ask you hurricane or black pastel, but I decided to change it up because of how much flowers you gave Spot Nose. Hurricane or Spot Nose? That one hurt, huh?
Yeah, that's like saying what's worse, champagne or Spider? I'm joking.
hey, I guess Spider's worse there, right?
No, I'm playing. I'd say honestly, if I had to choose between the two, it'd probably be Hurricane.
To keep.
Yeah, keep.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's a hard one, man. Because I love Hurricane, but goddamn, Spot Nose is like, dude, that Spot Nose levitated so many projects. It's crazy.
That's a really hard one, bro. Really hard one. Yeah, there I'd say at least the Hayabusa is perfect. You know.
Yeah. No pun intended, because
Hey, all right. So this one's just something I came up with: black pastel hypo puzzle or orange dream hypo puzzle.
Black pastel.
Hypo puzzle.
Yeah, I would take the black pastel. Hypo puzzle.
Bro, those two animals are fucking incredible.
Yeah.
They're both so amazing, but I think I agree. I think I'd have to pick the black pastel version.
Yeah, I think it's just the contrast and everything versus the OD is just orange.
Yeah. All right. And then at the end of the day, black pastel hypos are I think
Phenomenal.
Yeah. All right. So I know they're different genres, okay, but I'm gonna ask anyway. Drake or The Weeknd?
That's another crazy one, hard one. I'd say Drake.
Okay.
And I know how MJ feels about Drake. I'd say Drake.
Honestly, you're a sweet guy, Jaffy. So I would understand why you would choose that answer.
Yeah.
I want to be as sweet as you. I want to be sweeter. Like, talk to my wife. I'm like, how can I be more of a sweet person? And so I don't know. Maybe I should put some Drake on.
I'm gonna tell you this, bro. I'm gonna give you my honest opinion. I've never been super on Drake, but here and there I like some of it, right? But let me tell you,
hard, bro. Like he'll have a song. We used to have songs that were like, oh shit, but then you find out, like, dude, you ain't. Somebody wrote that for you.
hey, Kendrick broke his back, dog.
Oh yeah,
Kendrick. I'll be honest. Kendrick bodied them. I'll be honest.
Yeah,
Kendrick, I'm not gonna lie.
This last song he came out with, where he's bitching about everyone that backed up Kendrick, is such a bitch job, bro.
Yeah,
bro.
Honestly, I didn't even listen to it.
It's so bad.
He lost
so bad.
Yeah.
All right, we good or what? I got babies to check on. Come on, what we got?
Okay. I got one more. This one I came up with myself. This is not off his questions. Joyner or J. Cole?
J. Cole.
You said Joyner? Yeah, J. Cole for sure.
Okay, yeah, Joyner's a badass too, bro.
He's good, but J. Cole is J. Cole. You know, that's workout. See you work out.
J. Cole checked all the SoundCloud rappers. That's why I like him.
Yeah.
You good?
That's it.
All right, there you go, Jaffy. What a time. Go and drop where people can follow you and where they can hit you up, dude.
Yeah, so Instagram, Jaffy Exotics, and then YouTube. I haven't posted in a while, but once I get some DG puzzle clutches, I'll definitely do some egg cuttings and showcase the collection. But so far, just Instagram and then YouTube, Jaffy Exotics.
When are you supposed to get that Budway snake? What's the deal with that?
She's here. I sent it to your Instagram.
Oh, I didn't get it. I don't know why it didn't come through.
I think it might have been a little slow sending to you.
Oh, it's right here. Okay, hold on. Look at the snake real quick. I want to, because I'm a fan of Tommy, and so
Tommy's.
I want it. Why won't it fucking? Oh yeah, I'll just do it like this. Fucking all right. Yeah. So this is what's the background of the snake? What's the parent? You know,
spicy noodle times a female he produced. I'm pretty sure.
So that's a straight designer or designer outcome?
Yeah, straight designer.
Damn, dog.
So the male was like the male had like blue with some other colors to him, and then the female was solid blue.
Damn, and that's already in your collection.
Yeah, that's here, right? It's here.
Right? Yeah. Well, I can't wait to see more Chondro updates. I know you're gonna kill it with ball pythons, but come on. You know what gets me out of bed, buddy.
Same with me. Same with me.
All right, man. Listen, guys, do me a favor. Go give him a follow. One of my favorites in the game for sure. Jaffy Exotics. Find all the links in the description below. But give it up. It's a wrap for the big dog, Jaffy, ladies and gentlemen.
Appreciate it.
Thanks,
Great
Jaffy.
job, bro.
Hey, have a good night, bro.
You too. You too.
All right. Hey, I like your shirt, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Later.
We
Later. Peace.
All
All right, man. What a great episode. Great
Yeah.
fucking guy, man.
Great combo episode, bro.
Yeah, talked about a lot. What'd you think, though?
Yeah, he's Jaffy. He's
Yeah.
awesome, bro.
Yeah.
He's got shit going in the right direction, bro. With both the chondros and the ball pythons. I mean, that pairing, I have my fingers crossed for him. I can't wait to see that animal.
Yeah, I'm excited to see it as well. So, all right, Big E, I appreciate it, guys. Villarino Reptiles on IG. Go subscribe. V Unit family. Appreciate all the love and support. Give it up. It's a wrap for Big E. Top G, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Emilio. Appreciate it. Thank you out there for whoever tapped in on tonight's episode. Means a lot. Before you guys head out and enjoy the rest of your evening, please get the likes up. All right. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. Select all. By doing those things, you'll be reminded of every single podcast release out of the network 7 days a week, Monday through Sunday. You can find a brand new episode right here on the Trap Talk Reptile Network. Just to remind you, you can listen to all these episodes on the major audio platforms, Apple Podcasts, Buzzsprout, Spotify, all the major ones. Check them out. Also, check out all my sponsors. Links in the description below for exclusive content. Designer Green Tree Python wait lists. Come join the Trap Talk Patreon family. First link in the description below. I'll catch you here tomorrow for All in the Tree Tuesday. Got a legendary episode in store for you guys. But yeah, that's all we have. Check out the sponsors and have a good night. Sorry for the interruption, folks, but a quick word from our sponsors.
Hi, I'm Devin.
I'm Teresa, and we are MORPH. We are based in Czech Republic, a small country in the middle of Europe.
We really love animals that revolve around multi-recessive projects, and one of our very favorites is Hypo. We're really looking forward to clutches that are coming this season, and some of those are Hypo Clown, DG Clown, Hypo DG Clown, and one of our all-time favorites, Hypo Puzzle.
Hope you enjoyed the next episode on Trap Talk, the greatest reptile network in the world.
If you guys want to see next level cutting edge ball python projects, please make sure you head over to their Instagram to follow all their amazing work and head over to their website to see what they could possibly have available by heading over to progmorphs.com. Thank you again, Devin and Teresa, for bringing some of the biggest heat worldwide in the ball python game. If you want to be organized, if you want to be cutting edge in the ball python game, then you don't want to miss this. Shout out to today's sponsor, and that's Clutch, #1 ball python organization app in the game. No better place to start off than by using this app. Clutch is an organization app that helps you organize all your ball python projects. It also helps your peers and your fellow community members look at what you possibly have coming for the upcoming ball python season, what you have currently available on Morph Market. It's so awesome to be ahead of the game by using organization app like Clutch. Thank you so much, the entire Clutch team, amazing team over at Clutch. If I were you, I would head over to Clutch's Instagram account, and I would also head over to their website, try it out, see how it works for you. But especially if you're just now coming into this, before you build your reptile collection, I would do it organized, and I would do it with Clutch. Thank you, Clutch, for being so amazing. Excited to hear what Clutch has to bring in the near future. One of the biggest growths we have in the reptile industry today are the rare species of reptiles that aren't worked with. That's right. That's why I went ahead and partnered up again with Brian Susan over at SUNDOWN Reptiles. Brian works with species such as kahua geckos, gargoyle geckos, all species of tree monitors. He works with Abronia and many other cool species geckos that you can check out all on his website. Head over to sundownreptiles.com, see what he has available. Brian's one of the best doing it in the reptile industry today. He's been on the show multiple times, so make sure you check out all of Brian Susan's episodes on Trap Talk Reptile Network. But more importantly, for the highest quality of captive bred reptiles, make sure you head over to sundownreptiles.com and make sure you give him a follow on Instagram. Thank you again, Brian Susan over at Sundown Reptiles. One of the things I love about being a part of the reptile industry is all the learning, okay? Learning can be fun, and I can prove that to you. Thank you so much to today's sponsor, it's Gary Scavino over at GS Reptiles. I highly recommend you head over to his YouTube channel, follow all this man's content when it comes to learning about rare species of snakes you could be keeping in the hobby, and also just finding out how easy a lot of these rare species of snakes are to keep in general. So thank you so much, Gary Scavino of GS Reptiles. Again, head over to his YouTube channel. Also head over to his Instagram to be on top of all of his current work and be ready for a big year over at GS Reptiles. Thank you so much, Gary, for your ongoing support. I really